Welcome back to the Caregivers Coaching Corner. I'm Dementia Coach Diane, and this is a series on caregiver emotions, the roller coaster ride that we all know all too well. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do this last video on grief because it's such a deep topic, and I have lots to say about it. But I wanted to cover it at least briefly in this video because for me, it's something that walks beside me every day as a dementia caregiver. Grief obviously is not something that just shows up after a loss. It doesn't always knock before it enters the door. Grief can hit me like seemingly out of the blue. And so it is often part of the caregiving experience, especially if someone is living with a terminal illness or, in my case, of course, Ben is living with Lewy body dementia, and I've already lost quite a bit in terms of the partnership that I used to have with him. And I'm going to lose more, and I will most likely lose his physical presence as well. So it's hard. I mean, grief is part of caregiving long before death. We grieve the person our loved one used to be. We grieve our own lives the way they used to be. And we grieve moments that should have been joyful or times in our life that we thought were going to be easier, but aren't. And anticipatory grief is a very real thing. Like, I know there's more loss coming, but I don't know when and I don't know how. It's like living in a state of low-grade heartbreak. And it does tend to hit me hardest on what I call the ordinary days. It really hit me hard today. I've had the blues all day. We're not in crisis. Ben is actually healthy. He's doing fairly well right now on the regimen that he's on and the routines that we have in place. I've come to accept many things, and I've got my own routines and structures that help me to cope on a day-to-day basis. But, oh man, it is days like this when I feel the full weight of what has changed in our lives. So I have a number of things that I'm probably going to use at least one of them tonight because, as I said, this has been a tough day. One of the things that I have done this already, but I'll probably do it again, is I've written letters to Ben. I've told him what I miss about our lives. I've told him what I love about him. I told him how much I appreciate him. I've told him what I'm sorry for. I've asked for his forgiveness. I've put all kinds of things in my letters to Ben. Because one of the things that I've been made aware of is that grief is a part of life, but unresolved grief is often because of undelivered communications. So I've been trying to communicate that in letters that sometimes I do read to him, but I want to deliver those communications while he's still alive. Sometimes I've written a letter to my own past self, and I've told her just how strong she is and just how amazing. Writing really helps me, and I can just oftentimes use stream of consciousness writing to just get it all out on the page. Sometimes my writing's been poetic, sometimes it's just been tearful, sometimes it's just, again, sharing what I miss, what I wish we had. But at least it acknowledges it instead of acting like it's not there or needs to go away. Because what I resist persists. So writing has helped me quite a bit with handling grief. I also often just light a candle. I do a small grief ritual. I name what I'm grieving in particular. Like, I really miss going to concerts with Ben. We were watching one on TV the other day, but I miss being able to just go out with him and enjoy music the way we used to. So again, I'll name what I'm grieving, and I just let it have space without actually trying to fix it. I often try to breathe with my grief, I think, instead of trying to push it away. I don't like to grieve. I don't like the feeling at all. But I've gotten better at giving it space to just be there so I can observe it. I can hold it in my heart. And I have found that my heart has actually expanded to hold the grief. I used to think it would have to be squeezed or that my heart was actually going to break. We often talk about feeling heartbroken when we're grieving, but I find that my heart hasn't really broken, it's expanded if I give it the space to feel what it wants to feel, what it has to feel. And sometimes, as I said, I'll just breathe into it and I'll say, grief, I see you. You are part of my love. If I didn't love Ben as much as I do, I wouldn't be feeling the grief as intensely as I do. So I think the bottom line around grief, at least for this particular video, is just to allow ourselves to feel what we feel without judging it. If we need to cry, if we need to rage, if we need to journal, if we need to sit in stillness, I mean, there's no wrong way to grieve. And there are many ways to help us. But for me, I know just the first step is oftentimes giving it words. So that's your reflection question for this, for grief. What are you grieving that hasn't been given words yet? Give it some words, acknowledge it. And the next question is, can you honor that grief as actually being part of your love? And I think we've all heard the words or some version of the idea that would you rather have loved and lost or not loved at all? I'd rather love and deal with the loss as I need to. So once again, of course, grief is not weakness. It's the echo of our love. It doesn't mean that we've lost hope. It means that our hearts are brave enough to feel the truth. And we don't have to carry it alone. We are in this together. I hope you'll share if you are grieving, either in an anticipatory way as you care for your loved one, or if you've lost the physical presence of your loved one and you're grieving the loss of their presence, please share. You are not alone. And I hope that some of what I've offered here reminds you of that, and that you'll share what you're experiencing right now. And if this has helped you, please share that too. And please share your own tips, because you could very well help me when I'm grieving again, which I will, or another caregiver who needs your help. So thank you so very much for watching this series. I hope it has been helpful, and that you'll let me know in the comments what has been helpful and what you'd like to see more of. God bless you all, and thank you so very much for being on this caregiver journey with me. Together we're stronger. Together we've got this. We do.